Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Dudar, nature lover. After that show, another episode, and today I have a special guest who is a counselor, a pastor, and I'll give him a chance to introduce himself. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. Now, my name is Dr. Julius Kimani. As she has mentioned, I'm a pastor. I'm also a relationship coach. And I talk a lot to people who are married, people who are getting ready to get married, and people who probably don't even know whether they want to get married. That is my work.
You are the right person
Yes.
to be here with us. Here we talk about after 30s, as in mostly those who are 30 plus and they are single.
Yes.
And the best thing is that even those who are not yet there, this is the best. This is the best place to get their advices so that they can prepare themselves. They can know what to do before they get here where we are right now. You know, I've been listening to you kwa radio, nimekuwa nikikuwatch kwa TV, and kutoka kitambo I was like I would really like to meet this couple one day. And today I thank God that you came. Even if Pastor Jane is not here, I thank God that you came. Yeah.
Now, one thing I will say this, I think our mentality drives our thoughts. And every time, there is a time when people used to think that when you are 18, when you're getting 18, you're so mature. And you almost feel like an adult. Then you come to a place of about 25, you still realize when you are 18, you are not an adult. Then comes the age of 30. Somebody gets scared and they begin to think that time is running out. But again, like for me, I'm heading to 50, and when you are hitting 40, somebody was saying life begins at 40. So what I say, it is all about our mentality. Life can be exciting, life can be fun. It is the way you take it. If you decide to panic, even at 14 years, you can panic because you may think that you'll never make it in life.
So it's not about age.
It's not about age. It's all about your mentality and the way you look at things.
And how do you think that, like, after that, you should handle the people that they stigmatize them? Like, we have these things in church, in the society, in our families. How would you advise the after that is to handle themselves so that they would not be affected by the stigmatization?
You know, one thing I usually say, don't look desperate in life. In fact, don't look desperate and don't be desperate, because desperation is like fear. You see, if you pass somewhere and you find a pack of dogs or even one, now if you exhibit fear, you may find a dog barking at you, and if you run away, the dog will even chase you.
Yeah.
So people will stigmatize you depending on the way you handle yourself. If you carry yourself with confidence, you don't look like you're desperate and you are not desperate, then people will begin to see huyu hata tukichokoza, hata tukimchekelea, even if we make fun of her or him, nothing is changing. And people eventually keep quiet. Just like, and I'm not saying people are dogs, but just like if you stay somewhere and a dog keeps on barking and you're not doing anything, you're not panicking, eventually inanyamaza. Inachoka tu.
So the way you package yourself, the way you represent yourself before people, it's very important.
That is, in fact, that is the key, because you're a book to be read. Now, if every time, for example, if it's a lady, you are around men, you're asking for their numbers, you are asking funny questions, you're looking like you want to get married yesterday. Do you know, even let me tell you, ladies, men are scared of ladies who are desperate, who want to get so married. But if you actually look unavailable, it's just like when you go to the supermarket, the expensive stuff, people want to get that expensive stuff, but the cheap one, they know they can get it anytime.
And they are everywhere.
And they're everywhere. So the thing is, carry yourself with some level of dignity, because when your time comes, it will not pass.
Wow, that's amazing. So something else, it's like most, especially ladies, they are the most affected, and it gets to a point, it's like everything in a kosarada in life. Concentration is just in one. It's like they do forget that there is a purpose beyond, beside getting married.
True.
It's like the concentration is always on marriage, marriage, marriage. What would you like to tell ladies?
You know, I usually say there is so much you can do when you're still single. In fact, even the Bible talks about 1 Corinthians chapter 7. It says that people who are married, they have a lot of trouble. Because one, you're expected to please your spouse and expected to please God. And sometimes pleasing those two can be challenging, creating that balance of priority. But when you're a single person, you can, number one, even nasemaga kuna vitu unaweza fanya ujienjoy. Unaweza fika nyumbani kwako kama hakuna curfew, hata ukifika the next morning nobody will ask you. If you decide to eat with your mouth open, talking while you're whatever, and you're alone in that house, nobody will ask you. If you decide to jump up and dance in your house like crazy, and even jump on your bed and do anything that you want to do, nobody will ask you. So there's a level of freedom that most single people are not enjoying because their mind is so much in about getting married. They miss out on the beauty of the moment. There is so much that you can enjoy in the moment as you wait, instead of waiting for that particular day, for the wedding day that probably may take long to come. And so you miss out the joy of that period before you get married.
There is something else that is happening mostly nowadays, and this is even in church and even outside. Like when a lady gets to 35 and above, now they decide now what I want is just to get a kid and forget about this thing. What do you think about it?
No, I think that one is I think that's being a bit insensitive, because when you think about a child, every child reaches a place where they'll want to know their father. And they will also want to be raised by a father. So when you simply get out as a lady and decide to get pregnant and get a child, then that man probably decides, I'm not going to marry you and I will not be responsible for that child. You are raising a child who will go through pain. I have counseled so many young men and women who keep on saying, I want to know my father and my mother has refused to tell me. So you realize that you have caused pain simply because you're not patient enough. And let me tell you something. Do you know you can't compare yourself with anything? Like if you plant maize and you plant a mango tree, they will blossom at different times. One in 3 months, the other one in probably 5 years. So there are people who are like mango trees, and probably it will take time before they get married. But when your marriage happens, it may be late, but it will be with a mature person and you'll be a happy person. So don't get desperate with the issue of getting a child. Think about also, be concerned about that child when the time comes. Because they will ask questions. Kuna mtoto hata kuuliza maswali. And one thing, you can't lie to that child. Number two, they will also become so disturbed because they may start looking for their father. And it will be very uncomfortable for you as a person and also for that child.
Wow, that's amazing. As the word says, and even the way we are being told in church, that we should not like have a relationship with people who are not born again. This is now for the born again ladies. But do you think there is a difference between being born again and having the fear of God?
You know what I say? Yeah, that's a very nice question. I believe there are so many churchgoers, but they are they are not Christians. So a lot of ladies have seen men in church, and because they come to church regularly, you think that person is a Christian, and the true reality, that person is not. So there's a major difference between a person having the fear of God and a person who does not have the fear of God, because it's not about just getting married to a person. There are so many experiences. It's only that they are not talking. There are so many ladies who have gotten married, divorced in a period of about 3 years. Others maybe 10 years, but they eventually got married when they discovered that the man they rushed to get into marriage with was unfaithful. Now, they later sit down and they are like, why did I even get married? I wish I waited. So the thing is, it is important to choose wisely. And marriage is not just about picking anybody. It is about asking God to guide you, because He has the best in mind for you. And if you wait, you know, and I say, sometimes I say, ladies, even your husband could be in China. He could be a Chinese. and you have limited your mind to just getting an African, maybe even your own tribe. But kumbe, this guy could even be from Somali. But the thing is, you are not ready to listen to God and to allow God to guide you.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a child, for example, that child comes and tells you, I don't know what to do with my life. You will, and they allow you to rule, to guide them, you will always make the best decisions for them.
Sure.
And that is the way God is. Sometimes we rush God and we see a man or you see a lady and you start telling God that one. And God is looking and says, you don't know. I know this guy. I know his heart.
Yeah.
It is wicked. If only you can allow me not to guide you into that direction. So the thing is, I would advise ladies, and also I would also advise men, take your time. Don't be in a hurry. Lay it in the hands of God and don't put God in a box.
Yeah.
Don't limit him. Tell God, yes, I want this kind of a person, but also give him leeway.
Be open-minded.
Be open-minded.
Yeah.
And God will guide you in the right way.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Because I have heard, and I have even watched stories whereby you get someone who is not born again, but the character and the behavior, when you compare with someone who is saying I'm born again, you are like, okay, between the two, who is born again?
Who is true?
Yeah.
And there are so many people. You know, I usually say there nowadays, you see, we have fake products. We also have fake men.
Yeah.
And we also have fake women. And the only person who can be able to tell you the difference between fake and right is the manufacturer.
Yeah.
And the manufacturer is God. So even if you see one coming looking so nice, he could be wearing a mask. Kwanza hii season ya mask. I'm actually praying for a lot of ladies, because because now we only see forehead and eyes.
You know, you are the second person to tell us that. I had another guest and he was talking about the same thing. This is on your mask. Be careful.
Unaweza mtu anaweza teremsha mask aone mambo ya ajabu. But I also think there's a reason why God brought some masks.
Yeah.
Because we have so much masked our lives. We have faked ourselves so much. Mpaka Mungu akasema acha niwaweke mask sasa muone ugumu.
A real mask.
A real mask. Ndio muone ugumu ya kupatikana ukiwa umevaa hiyo mask. So that when we start removing the mask, we'll value the way we looked like.
Sure.
And we'll enjoy that life.
Wow, that's great. And do you think that there is a way like ladies should, even the men who are single, like the way they should handle themselves so that, you know, sometimes I wonder, there are so many ladies who are single, there are so many men who are single. But when you talk to each of them, they are like, watu hawapatikani. So sometimes I tend to wonder, is it that it's where they stay, how they behave, where they work, what is the problem that they are not meeting?
Shida. No, let me tell you. Number one, you have to realize there is a location. Like now, for example, you probably live in an estate and you look around, there are no guys.
Yeah.
You can't expect God to bring your man right there. You have to make yourself available. If it is a wedding, then you need to go to a few weddings and don't go there desperate. I said go there, mingle, be happy. If you are going to church, don't go looking for men there. And for women, go looking for God. Because when you seek his kingdom, then he will add.
Sure.
But the thing is, make yourself available. You can't be a lady and you stay in the house the whole day. And then you're there kneeling down, lifting up your hand and saying, Lord, bring a man.
And you're expecting her to get to
I'm telling you, you may just get married to a wall. Because where is the man going to come?
Sure.
And the most likely person who may come to your house is probably a family friend.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, I'm not saying that you go to clubs, but I'm saying expose yourself. If you want somebody who is a teacher, visit a few schools and visit a few seminars where teachers are. If you need a person who you like security, if you're a lady and you love being protected, at least tafuta rafiki ambaye anaweza kuwa ni polisi ama jeshi ama security watchman. Then you will get your security person.
Through that person, you will get to know the friends and you never know. Exactly.
But ukijiweka tu mahali tunajifungia tu mahali pamoja, you may not go anywhere. And there's also the issue of packaging. Nobody marries a spirit. we are all visual human beings, whether you are a lady, whether you are a man. But I think men tend to see more. So you must package yourself in such a way that when somebody looks at you, you are attractive to them. I usually tell ladies, it takes 5 seconds. 5 seconds for a man to determine whether he's going to be interested in you or whether not even dating you, whether he would want even a conversation that you become his friend. 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
So it's just like a matter of.
Kwa hivyo anaweza kuangalia hivi aseme
he's fed
huyu
up.
I'm fed up. Na kumbe
Guys.
you are the right person. Lakini umevaa kiskati kingine hapo. Anaangalia hivi anasema that skirt reminds me of my grandma. Anasema hataki hapo.
Na inaisha hivyo.
Na story inaishia hapo. So know how to package yourself as a lady.
So packaging is very, very important.
Very. Please, as a lady, ukisikia there is a guy who you're interested in, amekugojea kwa sitting room and your mother has called you akwambia there is a friend of yours here, you better take some time and put some order your face and put the right dressing before you step out, because that could be the last time he ever talks to you.
That could be the only chance.
That could be the only opportunity. So live every day. Dress well, talk nicely, because people are studying you. Whether you're a man, even a gentleman. I usually say, wacha kutembea ati huko nje, una kinyasa ingine menaruka, unavaa masando zingine hapo, haujachanua nywele.
Trouser ingine oversize.
Oversize. That could be the day the lady who is interested in you could just be seeing and he say, that's a riffraff. Siko na interest na yeye.
Anyway, dress code means a lot. Packaging means a lot.
True.
Then there is a way you can just look at someone and you feel like, so by the time even he's approaching you,
Nasema,
umeshaweka
right off.
So unaweza kuna, some people do say that, ati siangali, don't look outside, ati angalia roho ya mtu. So guys, this will be the end of part 1. Don't go anywhere. Part 2 is coming and it's even better and amazing. Keep it here. Subscribe, share, comment. Bye.